What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on F1 24 for the 2028 season finale. We are back in Austria for the sprint weekend. The sprint weekend around Austria has been extremely well in the past. If you didn't see the last video in Spain, I recommend you go check it out. It was an absolute banger. If you haven't seen it already, you know it was a tight race to perform. But we're back in Austria. We are leading the championship better than ever this season, and Carlos Sainz is giving us a run for his money, with his Aston Martin dragging it up to contention, about 60 points behind his teammate Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll is putting in the fight. As you know, if you didn't see Canada, they got that 1-2. But the R&D screen says on the right hand side we're gonna have some key upgrades, no pun intended there, for later part of the season. Them 6% recognition upgrades that are key for the car in terms of race pace, performance, aerodynamics, and durability. But if you didn't see results properly, and if you haven't seen the video, unfortunately, it's going to spoil it away. But Visa Cash App RB, our previous team before Ferrari, 5 and 6 finish for both their drivers. Lando Norris got a little bit of a mechanical failure. So he finished P20, but he didn't DNF. He just was Marshall posted. So lucky for him, he didn't have a DNF next to his name. So that's his worst finish since the start of the season. Red Bull are not really performing. You can see with Max Verstappen trying to put in that points. But you just know he knows the car. He knows what he's doing. But Red Bull Ring has always gone well around here. The good thing in F1 25, we can do the reverse one after 2 seasons. So yeah, let's go on for sprint qualifying around the Red Bull Ring. Let's go. Right, guys, we're in qualifying for the sprint race. I do apologise for the intro if it sounded a bit like cut away. I had to cut away a lot of waffling. I was just waffling about some issues that I've got with the game, especially with technically the rookie rating stuff. It's just some silly thing I wanted to get off my chest, but I unfortunately did it while recording. So apologies if it sounds a little bit skipped and a bit confuffled in the thing. It's, to be fair, it's probably ×2 with a text on it, so yeah, apologies about that. And it's the same thing, it's just going to be a lot of tyre wear. But P1 for sprint qualifying, it was a lot of wear in the tyres. It's just a shame. But P1, hopefully P2 for Piastri. It should be P2 for Piastri. Yes, another 1-2. Back on top, back on the good stuff. And yeah, both Aston Martins just still there. They're still there. But I tell you one thing, we went for season 6 and I was still with McLaren. I think we could get into the sub 1 minute time. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, let's go for the sprint race in Austria. Right, guys, we're in the end of the formation lap around Spielberg, and we're hoping for good stuff to be happening today. Hopefully another P1 and 2, but it's going to be hard with that Aston Martin just sat there waiting to pounce. But as the Haas approaches the grid spot, we go for 5 red lights. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. We're going to get up the gears very well, and Oscar Piastri is going to be jumped by Carlos Sainz. What did I say at the end of the formation lap? That Aston Martin is quick off the line. Extremely quick, actually. He's going to be challenging for the lead as we approach turn number 2. We're going to go defensive. He's going to go to the outside of us. We're going to go to the inside, of course, the best line. We're going to cut across him. It's going to give Oscar Piastri the better chance to get up into second place. He's going to try and use the slipstream. He's going to go out to the left-hand side, and he's going to take the long way round. Oscar Piastri just couldn't. He's going to get the traction down though, actually. He's sticking with him. Oscar Piastri on the inside line. He's played that tactically well. Oscar Piastri gets second place in the sprint weekend. And we're going to give him some DRS. Oscar Piastri, a recovery drive this first lap of this sprint. And I'm going to play the team game here, but after, of course, as I said, after letting past, a little bit of contact. Apologies, Oscar. Yeah, I'm going to defend and
right,
I'm
show
gonna
some respect for your teammate. There's little satisfaction to be had in overtaking like that.
be defending all our might against Carlos Sainz, our championship rival for the season.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
Might be able to get it done into turn number 1. He's just going to go defensive, going to push me against the pit wall.
Increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 a lap.
And there you go, has DRS. Giving. Boy, he's going to go onto the gravel there. Or there's contact between teammates. Boxing Carlos Sainz in. Oscar, go defensive. Box him in, box him in. Carlos Sainz takes the lead in Spielberg. As we try to go around the outside, we might be able to actually stand on the power. Tried a strategy and it hasn't worked this race.
The Aston Martin drivers just completed a pass for the lead of this race.
But I think this shows what you need to do to become world champion in Formula 1.
Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
See if we can do a double man overtake. Oscar getting into turn number 2. Get him. Oscar's going to do the same thing he did on lap number 1. He's going to get that inside line. Doesn't pay off this time. Oscar blocks us. We started from pole. Carlos Sainz shows the race pace of that Aston Martin. He just couldn't do enough in this race. Are we going to get our teammate on the line? No, we don't. But it's a 2-3-4. The McLaren pair. It's such
great drive,
a shame.
Everyone here is really happy with that
It's
performance. Well done, mate.
Such a shame that we couldn't do that. Could not do that in time. Maybe a bad strategy on Michael, but I just wanted to play that team game. Because if we can both score 8-7 points, I mean, it's better for the constructors at the end of the day.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time.
But it looks like I think we've outscored them anyway, I want to say. Yeah, we've outscored them, which is fine. Standings, it's 1 point. So realistically, if we didn't give Oscar that position, they would be equal. So realistically, I'm going to be happy we played the team game there. We played the team game, and I think we're still level on points. They haven't really made a massive advantage. But let's go for qualifying for the main Grand Prix where all the points matter. Let's go. Right, guys, we're in qualifying for the main Grand Prix. We want to set the tone that we did in sprint qualifying, of course, pole position. Oh no! I jinxed myself. I said we're going to get pole. I got too cocky. Oh, that's P20. Oh, that's not good for the championship. Oh, no. Oh my god. I'd lost the rear. I don't know what happened. I got no idea how I did that. I think I literally just lost the rear of the car. Probably a bit too much throttle coming out the corner. But it's going to be Carlos Sainz on pole. George Russell alongside him to start P2. I think his highest position this season. Oscar Piastri P3, but it's extremely close. It's extremely close. Red Bull of Lando Norris, then Stroll P5. The Monegasque of Charles Leclerc P6. Lewis Hamilton P7. Max P8. Both kick Sauers in the top 10, which is good for them. P11 for Enzo Fittipaldi. 12 and 13 for the Visa Cash Apps. Gasly P14, Paul Chad P15, Hulkenberg and Ollie Behrman 16 and 17, 18 for Albon, 19 for Vesti, and us that don't set a time. It's really annoying, super annoying actually. But yeah, we're going to get our heads down for the race. Let's go.
This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go before our drivers hurtle off the line and into the first turn, the Niki Lauda curve. It was renamed in 2019 in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Stroll, Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Joe, Fittipaldi, Sainz, Ocon, Tsunoda, Gasly, Théo Pourchaire, Hulkenberg, Behrman, Albon, Vesti, and Adams. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm, and that may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race.
We haven't been this far down in so long. Carlos Sainz loses his, well, technically he will still be that pole position, but George Russell yet again amazes us on the front row. But as we approach our grid spot, we're going to be cooking this race as it's 4, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. We didn't get away well. Not at all. A little bit of wheel spin off the line. But it's a little bit too hectic on the first corner as we get round. Alex Albon, a team I actually really wanted to join at the start of the season, which was Williams. We didn't get an offer from Williams because I really wanted to do. It's been really good with Williams, but like, come on, man, that's too easy. Getting a slipstream of Yuki Tsunoda, gone from P20 to P13 on the first lap of this Grand Prix. Past Yuki Tsunoda. We're going to be on the hard compound tyres and we're going on to the softs. Just because, well, kind of need to.
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you.
Mark, that's a perfect start. If you want to come down here and show me who's better, hop in the car. George Russell retains his lead, but Oscar Piastri's going to try and take the lead.
DRS now available.
As DRS is activated, I think Oscar Piastri is going to show George Russell who's boss. As they go side by side into turn number 2. Yet again, still side by side. Enzo Fittipaldi goes defensive, and we spread the needle. And Oscar Piastri gets first place.
Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
It's not a given if that lasts long. Kick Sauer really showing their upgrades to good use, as unfortunately still a point off them, but there's so much to come. Carlos Sainz hasn't progressed much. He's only progressed a few places. 3, I think. I think he started P11. Yeah, it is P11 because 10 place grid penalty. P11, he's only progressed a few, and he's on the mediums. But look at that gap we built to Enzo Fittipaldi. Now Zhou Guan Yu. But there's our championship rival.
Made it look so easy.
Might be dropping back, but this fighting isn't going to do anybody good. But George Russell goes side by side, and we can send it down the inside of the 2 former teammates of Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen. Of course, in the Toro Rosso days, these guys were good teammates. Managed to get past our championship rival and our old championship rival in season 3. A little bit of contact I felt on the back left. George Russell still, I think that was Stroll that had that massive lock-up. Or a little bit of contact with Leclerc. Unfortunately, that's going to cede the position to Lewis Hamilton, but we should be able to get past down to turn number 3. Oh, he goes defensive. Maybe check your mirrors, Lewis. Lando Norris is going to have the inside line.
Here we go. Let's look to get past quickly and put them on the back foot.
Hamilton down the inside. He's going to try and make a move on Charles Leclerc. Fails that. He's going to go defensive out of turn number 2 and try and get us, but he doesn't get us. We're going to get past him. And we just stay behind Charles Leclerc. We just recharge that battery. We go again on lap number 8. Yep, Carlos Sainz joins him.
Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs.
So the good thing is, lap number 10, we're going to have significant clean air. Stop by the time these guys come.
Back into the race. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a
We might
nice
have
stop time. We're happy
This might
with
be
that
a
one.
perfect stop. Oh my lord, I'm just thinking about it.
That was our last stop. No
There goes
more
Piastri.
scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
There goes Lando Norris. And we beat the rush of everybody. We timed this strategy perfect. We're behind Lando Norris and we're going to have DRS on him.
Okay, mate. We need to save some ERS, so let's use all the techniques you know about to charge it up.
We will. We're going to be probably behind Lando Norris for a good couple of laps now. If we want any chance for a win, we must...
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Right, that's not going to help us, Mark. It's not even going to affect us either. From a distance, that looks like a really old Red Bull. Okay, now we can get past him. Easy. Give him the slipstream. And we're gone. And we're going to get DRS on the final lap. When we came to Austria, we thought it would be a top 5 finish in qualifying, but unfortunately a spin literally right here, probably too much curb, too much acceleration. We DNF'd, came P20, we came to qualifying, we came to the Grand Prix and we pushed our hearts out, showing everybody that we are a massive contender and the favourite for World Championship material. No Aston Martins in sight. Red Bull have showed their performance at their home Grand Prix. But it's going to be Troy Adams from P20 to P1 in Austria.
Yes, 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 guys,
2 wins
yes. Come on,
in a row.
boys.
That's a World Champions drive.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
That is a World Champion drive. Hard to soft. We showed the strategies, boss. And we win
A
in
fantastic
Austria.
team effort then to secure victory here in the Styrian Alps.
They had to be decisive with their overtaking today as they worked their way through the field. And those kind of race victories are so enjoyable because it's not just like winning from the front. They really had to work for it today.
And Lando Norris gets his first podium this season.
Our winning drivers are on their
for
way
Red
to the
Bull.
podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure. And no doubt, they'll be celebrating tonight.
But Lando back on form. I think Lando's actually been on the podium or won every single Austrian Grand Prix, which is crazy dominance from Lando. But not an Aston Martin in sight. I mean, I'm going to take it. Good championship lead. And we've got no threat of Carlos Sainz anywhere near
After an
us.
event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out. Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
But if we look at the race, 26 points we take home. Oscar takes 18. And Lando, Lewis, Max, Charles, doesn't even matter what they get. Carlos comes home in P6 and Lance Stroll from P4 gets 1 point. So that is crazy points. But that gives us a 20-point gap to Oscar Piastri, but we've been building that gap while Oscar's been recovering from poor results with him. But 13-point gap for Oscar to Carlos, which if realistically we look at it at the end of Barcelona, they're pretty much level on points, which is crazy. Speaking about level on points, George Russell and Stroll are now level on points, with Stroll and with Russell finishing above him by 2 points. 1 point in the buffer, but yeah, constructors, big step forward this weekend, extremely big step forward, but wow, I'm speechless. P20 to P1. Oof. Valtteri Bottas comes P8. He was stuck in that DRS train for a long time. But yeah, I mean, Norris is now level with Charles. I mean, this is probably the best final season ever. I mean, F1 24 hasn't been the game this year. It hasn't really been that good or competitive with previous F1 games. But I mean, this season is showing that anything is possible with a horrible game. But yeah, I'm going to stop ranting because otherwise we're going to be ranting for a couple of hours. But yeah, I'll see you guys for the home Grand Prix of McLaren. Silverstone, baby. See you then.